killed, how many more smash and grabs, complete destruction of our major cities, all of which are sanctuary cities. Imagine the road not taken if that road was taken. Imagine that.
Absolutely. Completely disheartening. And for your listeners, you know, Heritage Action is a big army of grassroots conservatives all throughout the country, about 2.5 million of them throughout the country that are working on these conservative policy solutions. And from my work here in D.C., we're able to kind of share some information about what's happening in D.C., ways that you can get involved, both at the federal actually and the state level. So if you're listening and you want to be involved in our work, you can text JOIN to 51776. Text JOIN to 51776. You'll get information from us weekly, what's happening in Congress, when you should call your members. Here's a call script sometimes. Here's ideas of what you can begin the conversation with, and we keep you informed. So I encourage you to get involved.
Let's do that. And Monday's going to be a new day. And once again, the radical left has intentionally deconstructed our southern border and immigration structures in hope of building a new version of America. It's Obama's idea about restructuring America to change what we are. And they envision nothing more than an open border state that diminishes jobs and wages and economic opportunities for citizens, putting more Americans on welfare that the Democrats can control. Once again, Sarah, thanks for coming on the Bill Cunningham Show, and good luck to you. And a lot of work to do the next 4 years. Let's get it done. Sarah, thank you very much.
Thanks so much, Bill.
God bless America. Let's continue with more. The line becomes available, 513-749-7000. Bill Cunningham, News Radio 700 WLW.
Meanwhile, in the Enchanted Forest, the Princess Eddie and Rocky...
Hold on a minute. Who are you?
I'm the narrator of this story.
Come on, you're just an announcer.
Just an announcer? I'm a highly trained voice talent.
Whatever.
Look, pal, because of my vocal talents, I can make people want to listen to your little radio show.
Wow, he's touchy.
Don't push me, lady. I know what you really look like. Anyone else have any pithy comments?
Nah, I think we can end the promo now.
Eddie and Rocky.
This afternoon at 3
on 700 WLW.
Playoffs. We're talking about playoffs. Are you kidding me? The playoffs are here. You bet we are. Get in on all the action at DraftKings Sportsbook, the official sports betting partner of the National Football League. Scoring touchdowns is key to winning in the playoffs, and you can score big by betting on touchdowns at DraftKings, the number one place to bet touchdowns. Ready to place your first bet? Try betting on something simple like a player to score a touchdown. Go to the DraftKings Sportsbook app and make your picks now. 4 big NFL games this weekend. All the lines are at DraftKings. And new DraftKings customers can bet $5 to get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use the code 700WLW, 700WLW for new customers to get $200 in bonus bets instantly when you bet only $5. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus. Ohio only. Eligibility restrictions apply. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after the issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio.
New Year savings are going on now at Holman GMC. Holman GMC Sell-Down is here. Discounted deals and new factory incentives on over 50 GMC Sierra trucks in stock. Holman Motors GMC on Route 32 in Eastgate or online at holmangmc.com. Holman GMC.
Monster BTK, the latest installment of the critically acclaimed Monster franchise, exposes the chilling story of one of America's most infamous cases that shook Wichita, Kansas to its core.
When people said BTK, you think of a wild-eyed Manson-like character. What we didn't understand is he was the guy next door.
Listen to Monster BTK on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Monster BTK to start listening.
Don't get caught out in the cold. Call the pros at Oxford Gas today and schedule your propane delivery. Oxford Gas works hard 24/7, 365 to keep your family safe and warm. Call Oxford Gas today, 513-724-7700 or online at oxfordgas.com.
Are you drowning in IRS tax debt?
I owe the IRS $37,000.
Get ready for a toll-free hotline. Take advantage of new IRS tax forgiveness programs that may protect you from IRS collection agencies. They have the power to garnish your wages, put liens on your property, and levy your bank account. Civic Tax Relief can help protect you from the IRS.
Civic Tax Relief basically represented me against the IRS, and by the time everything was completed, I didn't owe the IRS anything.
Find out about the Fresh Start program that is now available through Civic Tax Relief. Civic Tax Relief's special tax hotline can help you discover all the relief programs available for free.
I would recommend anyone who has a tax problem to contact Civic Tax Relief.
Just call 800-506-5803. 800-506-5803. Don't wait. Call now. 800-506-5803. 800-506-5803.
Sometimes I struggle to get to sleep. My body stopped for the day, but my mind is still running. So I take ZQuil.
ZQuil, the world's #1 sleep aid brand, has a range of non-habit-forming products to fit you and your family's needs. Invest in a great night's sleep for the best you tomorrow.
I'm awake and ready to take on anything.
Better days start with ZQuil nights. Explore our products at ZQuil.com. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm. Do you find yourself stuck in a timeshare? Get the real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, has put together a free information guide that reveals the secrets the timeshare industry doesn't want you to know, including the 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare. Call now and get this timeshare information guide absolutely free. Call 800-919-3200. 800-919-3200. 800-919-3200.
I'm starting the new year by making my home feel like new with insanely clean carpets from Zero Res. Take advantage of the New Year sale now. 3 rooms of carpet clean, only $119 when you mention me, Bill Cunningham, and get a hallway clean free. Schedule online, zerocincy.com.
When you have an electrical problem at your home or business, you need an electrician, not a salesman. Craftsman technicians don't work on commission, so you can trust them to fix the problem. Call Craftsman today.
CraftsmanElectric.com. You know, when you and I look back over the past 10 years, there is no person, no character in American history that could have gone through and brought down and raised up the things that Donald Trump has done, all 3. Number 1, in 2015 and 2016, he destroyed the Bush dynasty. You might recall that Jeb Bush was perceived to be the nominee in 2016. After a few debates with Donald Trump, Jeb Bush said, to hell with it, I'm not doing this anymore. So the Bush dynasty is done. At the Carter funeral, the Bushies would not even look to Melania Trump or Donald Trump. Next in line were the Clinton dynasties. Had to bring down the Clintons, Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton, by beating her in 2016 and eliminating the witch of the North. Hillary Clinton, the Clintons are done. Next up were the Obamas, who have said the most nasty, vile things about Donald Trump imaginable, campaigning like crazy for Kamala Harris. And now Michelle Obama will not attend the inaugural classless act. So in addition to the Bush dynasties and the Clinton dynasties and the Obama dynasties, they bring down also the Cheney dynasty, the Dick Cheney and the Liz Cheney, all gone. Dispatched to the dustbin of history. Then to top it all off, the Biden crime syndicate family are gone. So in American politics, one guy has brought down the Bushies, the Clintons, the Obamas, the Cheneys, and the Bidens. Not bad. Been shot also. Bill Cunningham, News Radio 700 WLW.
News, traffic, and weather. News Radio 700 WLW, Cincinnati.
Crews getting some help to contain flames that have destroyed thousands of homes and businesses. With the 2:30 report, I'm Sean Galviger, breaking now. In Southern California, the strong Santa Anita winds have subsided, but the risk of life-threatening wildfires continues.
Neither of the big fires has grown in acreage in days, and containment numbers are going up. At least through the weekend, firefighters are getting a bit of a break, but by Monday, the Santa Ana winds are expected to return. LA Fire Chief Kristen Crowley says the threat of explosive fires is not going away.
The winds aren't necessarily here in the city, but with that, we still have a large amount of unburned dry fuel with low humidity.
Evacuees may not be allowed to go in to see their homes for at least another week. Alex Stone, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Now the latest traffic and weather together.
From the UC Health Traffic Center, don't let injuries slow you down. The UC Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine experts can help keep you moving. Schedule same-day appointment at uchealth.com. Coleraine at Springdale. Police activity in the area, so just avoid the area if you can. 75 southbound is stop and go from Messer Charles to the Brent Spence Bridge. About a 5-minute delay to report now. 2 lanes are taken up on 75 southbound to 275 in Kentucky. We're seeing this backups to Kyle's Lane. Accident involving a semi here, about a 5-minute delay, and we appreciate the tip on that as well. Now on 74, we're moving well with no reported delays, and overall 275 is in good shape. Remember, you will encounter some delays on the Carroll Cropper Bridge as we do have the lane restrictions in place for that repair work, continuing until further notice. I'm Rick Schrepp, News Radio 700 WLW.
Now the latest forecast from the Train Heating and Cooling Weather Center on News Radio 700 WLW.
For your Thursday afternoon, temperatures climb to the mid-30s with a little bit of sunshine peeking through. Also the chance for some scattered flurries. Tonight, you dip down to the mid-20s. Before tomorrow, we could see temperatures above average for the first time all year with sunshine as well. From your severe weather station, I'm 9 First Warning meteorologist Cameron Harden on News Radio 700 WLW.
Clouds have built up. It's currently 36 degrees. 2 people were killed, another in critical condition after a shooting at 2 businesses in Coleraine Township. Police today responded to the Popeyes and Walgreens on Coleraine Avenue and Springdale Road. The 2 victims who were killed found near the restaurant, with the injured individual located across the street at the pharmacy. An investigation is ongoing. An update provided on a development taking shape along the river in northern Kentucky.
Snow covered now, but there's still heavy equipment in action at the site of what was the IRS here in Covington. The city's huge development plans are on schedule, according to the new mayor, Ron Washington.
We're building out phase 1. Phase 1 is the infrastructure, so think sidewalks, street, sewer lines, water lines, all that's going in.
Mayor Washington, before he spoke to the Covington Business Council lunch, the 23-acre site, now known as the Covington Central Riverfront Project, being prepped for a future home including retail, homes, offices. From Covington, I'm Matt Reese. News Radio 700 WLW.
After announcing last year that he had emphysema after a lifetime of smoking and would not be able to direct anymore, David Lynch has died at the age of 78.
Whether it was Twin Peaks or Mulholland Drive or Blue Velvet, there's a good chance you've encountered at least one David Lynch project in your life. Lynch got his start in filmmaking with 1977's Eraserhead, followed up by the award-winning The Elephant Man. In a statement, his family says there's a big hole in the world now that he's no longer with us, but as he would say, keep your eye on the donut and not on the hole. Mike Dubusky, ABC News.
Earlier today, it was announced that legendary baseball broadcaster Bob Uecker had passed away. Uecker was the voice of the Milwaukee Brewers since 1971, following his playing career where he was with the Braves, Cardinals, and Phillies from 1962 to 1967, winning the World Series with the Cardinals in 1964.
Just a bit outside. He tried the corner and missed.
He's also remembered for his role as Harry Doyle in the Major League Trilogy. Bob Uecker was 90 years old. Checking Wall Street, the Dow is currently down 57 points, the NASDAQ down 96, and the S&P down 5 points. Our next update is at 3 o'clock. I'm Sean Gallagher, News Radio 700 WLW.
700 WLW Cincinnati. Available everywhere with the iHeartRadio app. Now #1 for podcasting. 700 WLW, an iHeartRadio station.
Attention neuropathy sufferers. Amazing research has now shown that neuropathy symptoms can be reversed. One patient, Andrew, had constant burning and painful feet, but after just 2 treatments, he had a 50% improvement in his symptoms. He was able to sleep through the night and regain sensation. He now walks better, has improved balance, and has reduced his neuropathy medications. So call Elite Physical Medicine at 513-866-7300 to reverse your neuropathy without prescriptions or addictive medications. Left untreated, neuropathy can lead to foot, toe, or leg amputation. So don't wait. Call Elite Physical Medicine at 513-866-7300. The first 25 callers will receive a full exam and an in-depth consultation absolutely free. That's 513-866-7300.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, the timeshare cancellation guy and founder of Wesley Financial Group. And I want to set the record straight. I am not an attorney. I've never wanted to be an attorney. And the truth is, I really don't even like attorneys. If I sound like an attorney or if I look like an attorney, I'll apologize. But what I've learned in my 15 years in the timeshare cancellation business is you don't need to be an attorney to get folks out of their timeshare. At Wesley, we've helped over 40,000 families cancel their timeshare without me being an attorney. And I want to share with you how we do it. Just give my office a call, and you will not talk to an attorney. And I guarantee if we take you as a client, we'll get you out of your timeshare, or you'll pay nothing.
Call now for your free information kit. 800-714-9090. 800-714-9090. 800-714-9090.
You know, one of the best things about being an ex-big leaguer is getting freebies to the game. Call the front office, bingo. And once these fans recognize me, I probably won't even have to pay for my light beer from Miller. I love them. These fans know I drink light because it's less filling and it tastes great. Good seats, huh?
You're in the wrong seat, buddy. Come on.
Oh, I must be in the front row.
Come on.
Light beer from Miller. Everything you always wanted in a beer and less.
Good seats, hey, buddy. He missed the tag. He missed the tag.
Quiet, numbskulls. I'm broadcasting.
Softball, you bonehead. Oh, right, guy.
90 years old, Bob Uecker dies today, and I'm thinking if you could get 90 years of his kind of a life, sign me up. Sign me up.
Baseball, movies, Harry
Comedian.
Doyle and Major League. I mean, he stole the show, other than Charlie Sheen, and then Mr. Belvedere.
Pretty good stuff.
He does a sitcom.
Not
bad. The guy's unbelievable.
Well, he was unbelievable.
Right.
Had small cell lung cancer. Also was.
But I mean, those commercials for Miller Lite are
pretty good.
Are legendary.
Got like Harry Carey.
Just a bit outside. He tried the corner and missed. Ball 4. Ball 8. Low, and Vaughn has walked the bases loaded on 12 straight pitches.
Not bad.
Sounds like a Reds reliever from a few years ago.
Segment, keep hope alive. I'm telling you right now, the Reds will arise. There's going to be a Reds rising in October.
There better be, because nothing else is rising around here.
You're telling what?
How many teams around here are going to make the NCAA tournament? Kentucky?
Give me some sports.
Willie, the Stooge Report is a proud service of your local Tempstar heating and air conditioning dealers. Tempstar, quality you can feel in beautiful Northern Kentucky. Call Tom Recton, Heating and Air Conditioning, at 859-261-8269.
Need it today, too, right? We need it today.
Yeah. And then tomorrow and Saturday is going to be like 40s. I think you got to call ACR Gunite Pools and Frank Zybell. You might get a pool by Sunday. The way it's going.
Call today.
Swim this year. Right.
Because of Frank Zybell, you like to do the backflip.
Doesn't get any better than that.
That's how my wife fractured her pelvis. She was doing a backflip somewhere in Guadalajara, Mexico, part of the Red Bull senior citizen diving team.
But she's doing fine now.
She's off the walker.
What about your gallbladder? What's going on with that?
Seeing Dr. Fisher. I've had 2 appointments with him.
And each day it snowed.
I can't get to
What luck.
Supposedly the 28th at 8:30 a.m. at the Christ Hospital. I have 2 stones. Hopefully they're not diamonds, 2 rocks, not Boymans, in my gallbladder. And I said, do I got to get him out? He's going to look at it and give me a yay or a nay. I'm told that gallbladder is a problem. If you have a gallbladder problem, like an appendicitis attack, it's not good.
Okay.
So I'm going to find out on the 28th. And
Plus your heart doctor is
that's another thing.
He's funny. on that TV commercial.
He's funny.
It's not funny, but I mean, when you look at him,
great Greek.
The first guy he comes into, that's Willie's doctor.
That's Willie's doctor.
I
don't know what to say.
Well,
a schlep like you, Segman, can see Dean Kariakis.
Correct.
How about that?
Yeah.
The Christ Hospital Cardiac, go there.
Yeah.
You, as a schlep in Middle Tucky who buys from McDonald's, can see Dean Kariakis. Now, how good is that?
I should have been somebody. Not very serious.
Well,
Willie,
I love you. I love you, but you're not a serious person.
Bengals update brought to you by Good Spirits Wine and Tobacco at Party Town, where they have your thirst covered. Incredible selection of non-alcoholic beers and wines.
Need it.
Celebrate, socialize at any of their 13 convenient Northern Kentucky locations. Good Spirits and Party Town.
You know, Rocky's taping something. I hate people on the air here that tape. Would you agree? I don't like that at all.
There are apparently the Bengals have narrowed down to 2 finalists now for the DC job.
But one of them is
Al Golden of Notre Dame and Patrick Graham.
That's a relative of mine
who used to be with the Las Vegas Raiders.
That's my sister Diane's grandson, Patrick Graham.
I don't think so.
That's a different one?
Yeah.
What about Al Golden?
Well, we'll find out Monday, I guess. Well, after Monday, we'll find out if Mr. Golden's coming here.
I have a question. What if next year, a year from now, we sit here and the Bengals have not gotten to the playoffs and they're 9-8? Whose next head will be on the chopping block? Could it be Zach Shula?
Is he going to be on the Food Network then?
Yes.
The chopping block?
He'll be a maitre d'.
You've been chopped.
Jeff Ruby Steakhouse will hire him as a maitre d'.
Also, Willie, let's see what else is going on here. The NFL, the National Football League, expected to officially expand replay.
Good.
To assist in including face mask fouls that are being missed by officials.
Just when it's too late to make a change.
Of course, the Bengals could have had 20 wins this year if they would have had that.
But Joe Burrow has no luck.
No.
None. His house is, I'm told by an investigator,
yeah,
they have no leads on Joe Burrow's house that was broken into in Anderson Township.
You know, some Pittsburgh Penguins star the other night had his house broken into during one of their games in the Steel City. I forget who it was. But
he lost 3 Stanley Cup rings.
Yeah, that's true. Was it Yevgeny Malkin?
Yeah, he's a Russian.
I think that's who it was.
I don't know, but the gangs from Venezuela.
I never did hear what Burrow lost, huh?
Well, I think I know, and it's significant. Now, the problem is this.
Yeah? Wants to keep it on the down low?
Correct.
Yeah.
But the gangs will put up deer cameras or other devices to monitor a home remotely, determine when the occupant is there, when the occupant is not there. They put on a cloaking device so that there's no signals coming out of the house, like a burglar alarm. They go in generally a second floor window without the alarm. They smash it's a cutout deal.
This is like James Bond or something?
And then if you're caught, you know what? They caught 2, and they gave them 8 years in jail, and neither one of them said a word. They would not communicate with their attorneys. They would not communicate with the court. They sentenced to 8 years. We'll do the 8 years, because if you talk among those gangs, what happened?
Bye, Birdie.
But it's thousands of homes in America have been burglarized terribly because of the policies of Joe Biden. Thousands, and women are being raped and murdered.
Maybe that'll change at noon on Monday.
Maybe. It's going to take
when DJT gets in the house.
It's going to take a while because sanctuary cities, sanctuary states won't cooperate. So
we are one of those, aren't we?
Cincinnati is.
Great.
What about Middle Tucky? Is that a sanctuary city?
I don't think Sheriff Jones would allow anything in Butler County be a sanctuary.
What about Butler County?
No, believe me. Nah, because of one guy.
Richard K. Jones.
The great one.
He's like Matt Dillon.
Bigger than that. He's like
Matt Dillon.
Cartwright, Dillon, and Chuck Connors of the Riflemen.
What about Sugarfoot?
Him too.
That's
and
right.
Wyatt Earp.
How about Clint Eastwood and Hang 'em High?
That
the
too.
sheriff should not talk to Bill Cunningham on WLW. He should do his job more.
What?
Sheriff just called in.
I don't think so.
I don't know. And then Unforgiven. And one of my greatest westerns is Clint Eastwood, Unforgiven. You like that one?
Yeah.
Unforgiven.
Let's see, Willie. College basketball, the UC Bearcats ended their 4-game losing streak last night in Colorado. More tonight on the Wes Miller Show, live from Tom Gregory's original Montgomery Inn, starting at 8:05 after Sports Talk and Lance here on 700 WLW.
How about this? Arch Manning is taking the reins after Quinn Ewers declares for the draft. Supposedly, according to The Rock, Arch Manning is already making about $4 million a year not to play football at Texas. Now he's going to make $5 million to play football. Would you not play football for $4 million?
Sure.
That's what I would do.
I mean, what the heck?
What the hell? I wouldn't play football either. Pay me $4 million.
Yeah.
But Arch Manning's got the genes, shall we say.
That's for sure.
So we'll see what happens.
Yep.
But he's not the son of either Peyton nor what?
Eli.
Eli. He's the son of the one brother,
Arch
that had some medical difficulties.
Hockey last night, Willie. The Cyclones win at home over Utah. Tonight, San Jose and Columbus. The Blue Jackets action 6:30. Fox Sports 1360. And we also say, happy birthday today.
Who is it?
At 90 years young.
Who is it?
4-time Indianapolis 500 winner, A.J. Foyt. Happy birthday to Super Tex.
In your old hometown segment, Coleraine Township by the Popeyes, Louisiana.
What's going on down there?
2 dead, 3 shot in a shooting at Coleraine Township, and the assailant is missing. Got in his car and left. I guess they were unhappy with the chicken. By the way, I love Popeye's chicken. I've been there a few times. I think if I'm wrong, that a recent named Hall of Famer might be an owner of some of the Popeyes. Can't say. Dave Parker. Can't say. So we'll see. But I love their chicken.
The Cobra.
Yeah, he's ready in July to... I don't know what that was. Segment said it in sports.
I think so.
Get me out of the Stooge Report because we'd like to hear more from Bob Uecker when he was born, plus more. Segment, get me out of the Stooge Report.
Willie, in honor of Mr. Baseball, Bob Uecker, the Hall of Famer, we leave you with the immortal words of the Stooge Report.
I, in deference to Hal McCoy, was asked to quit many times.
Hall of Fame speech.
Pretty funny.
I was born and raised in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Actually, I was born in Illinois. My mother and father were on an oleomargarine run to Chicago back in 1934 because we couldn't get colored margarine in Wisconsin. On the way home, my mother was with child, me, and the pain started, and my dad pulled off into an exit area, and that's where the event took place. I remember it was a nativity-type setting. An exit light shining down.
Exit light.
There were 3 truck drivers there. One guy was carrying butter. One guy had frankfurters, and the other guy was a retired baseball scout who told my folks that I probably had a chance to play somewhere down the line. I remember it being very cold. It was January. I didn't weigh very much. I think the birth certificate says something like 10 ounces. I was very small. And I remember the coldness on my back from the asphalt.
Mary dropped him.
And I was immediately wrapped in swaddling clothes and put in the back of a 37 Chevy without a heater. And that was the start of this Cinderella story that you're hearing today.
Rock, your reaction?
He was the best. Funny. Just naturally funny guy. I got a big question for you. You ready for the big question?
Give me the big question.
So I heard your interview with Marty, which was fantastic, by the way. Now, you asked Marty, what was it about Bob Uecker? Of all the personalities and play-by-play guys, why did he connect? Why did he just connect with someone in a way others don't? And it's a tough question, and Marty couldn't really answer. I'll ask you that, because you have the same thing, right? You have the ability to connect with people. So,
Do I have to answer this question?
Give me your answer, yes.
I think it's knowing your audience, identifying what you're seeking to do, and then to meet them in personal ways over the years, one way or another, listen to what they have to say, then give them back either entertainment or information they don't have. And some of the best
sums it up.
Some of the best things is when I meet people, they say they listen to the Stooge Report and it's hilarious. How many times in life do you laugh? I mean, we need to laugh more and have more entertainment. So if you can entertain and inform, and when something happens, people want to tune in here, I think that's the key.
Amen.
You agree
Good
or not?
stuff. Absolutely.
Segment, what about you? Do you agree or not?
Yes.
When people laugh and snicker at you, call you names, make fun of you, how do you respond?
Thank you.
Well, it's funny you said, because I've been doing this 5 minutes compared to you, but I can't remember many or any time where someone was like, boy, that breakdown you had of the election, that was really good. It's always like, boy, that thing you and Eddie did, that was so funny. God, you guys had me roaring. I couldn't get out of the car. It's always the funny, the entertaining, the laughing, that sort of thing. It's interesting you say that.
It's being able to make someone laugh behind the wheel of a car or a truck or at home, and they otherwise don't laugh. Life is filled. Are you aware of this? Life is filled with problems.
It's tough.
How many times?
Believe it.
One of the great lines is from Luther Vandross, Dance with My Father Again. And one of the first lines is, before I lost my innocence, and that I was a child and I just liked life and I used to. But then at some point, whether it's 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, or 14, you kind of lose your innocence.
Yeah.
And the goal is to make life more simple for others, not make it more difficult. And it calls people to want to listen because they want to laugh. And humor. And Bob Uecker was the best.
Yeah, you didn't listen to Bob Uecker because he had some, Einstein-level breakdown of the game. You listened to him because he was hilarious and funny, and he called a game that the everyman could appreciate.
Himself. Yeah, he just threw it out there, and he just sat there. It was unbelievable.
He started talking, you start laughing. I mean,
we started laughing when he used to come into booth at the ballpark. We used to start laughing as soon as he hit the door.
You start laughing
because you knew it. You knew it was on.
You're ready, and it's on. And he,
That's great.
Joe didn't have a great affinity for Mart Schott. Let's leave it at that. I'm sure they were nice to each other. But Uecker always would come in and say, "Hey, Joe, Mart Schott, she says a great lady. She's wonderful."
Nobody better.
Nobody better.
He knew how to just.
He'd come up with something, and it was like legitimate.
The same way with Marty. I mean, and then those two went at it. It was like you just sat back and shut up.
How about Tommy Thrall? Tommy Thrall says to Marty, "Hey, would you introduce me?"
You told me about this. This is so funny.
He said, "Sure." So he said, I got to do something." He comes back 5 minutes later. He set this up with Uecker. They go in and say, "Hi, Mr. Uecker, I'm Tommy Thrall.
So pleased to meet you." Yeah.
I'm the new Reds play-by-play guy. I'd love to meet you." He said, "So what?" He keeps writing. And Marty said, "I'm sorry, Tommy, let's go." And Tommy is crestfallen.
Crushed.
Crushed.
Guys idolized.
Yeah, I set you up. You went back in. And he goes, "Have a seat right here. Have a seat." That's beautiful stuff. And I told you this off the air. I don't know much about this Freeman character. Then I watched this documentary from Notre Dame before the game at 4:00. The mass in the church.
By the way, he reinstituted the mass. I forget which coach did, because we always went to mass for every game. And
it wasn't Jerry Faust. One of the other coaches said no more.
Correct.
But he converted to Catholicism, and to watch his life from Ohio State to UC, of course, Cincinnati, then to Notre Dame. I now want Notre Dame to win, Rock, because of that.
What?
I want Notre Dame. I've decided to switch.
Do we get this recorded?
I've decided to switch. I'm now taking Notre Dame to beat Ohio State straight up. Write that down. Straight up. Write that down.
8.5-point dogs, but all right.
I don't want the points.
Welcome over.
I don't want the
Welcome
points. Seg, you want the points?
You're out of your mind.
I don't want the points.
Yes.
I want Notre Dame to march right into where? Atlanta? Is that it? New Orleans? I'm not sure where. And just win.
Atlanta. But
Atlanta?
Yeah.
Rock, thank you.
Thank you.
Seg, get me out.
Can you sing this?
Again, this is the chorus. I get the chorus.
Here it comes. It's getting close.
Every game. True to her name. Hold on.
Aaron,
Here it is.
hit the post.
Cheer, cheer for old Notre Dame. Wake up the echoes cheering her name. Send the volley cheer on high. Shake down the thunder from the sky. What though the odds be great or small?
Joe
old
Montana.
Notre Dame will win overall. While her loyal sons are marching onward to victory.
Save that.
I'm with you 1,000% Rock. I'm picking Notre Dame to win it all.
Tuesday at 1:30, you'll be. I knew the Buckeyes were going to win.
I knew they were going to win.
Yeah, you'll throw him under the bus.
700 WLW.
In today's Marketers Report, Kate Cronin, Chief Brand Officer of Moderna, weighs in on the speed of audio production.
In this day and age, and particularly at Moderna, where we have new information coming out on a regular basis, being able to feed that information to the audio format makes being nimble and pivoting easy, and that's what I really like about it.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, influencers, insights, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
I'm starting the new year by making my home feel like new with insanely clean carpets from Zerorez. Take advantage of the New Year sale now. 3 rooms of carpet clean, only $119 when you mention me, Bill Cunningham, and get a hallway clean free. Schedule online, ZeroCincy.com. You're in your 50s. You've been defined as Gen X or part of the MTV generation. Your career and family are established. Have you made a retirement plan? Need a second opinion on a present plan? For help, call Steve Perrins, Coordinated Financial Planning, 513-769-3131.
Men, if you're suffering from erectile dysfunction or PE, Proactive Men's Medical Center will get your sex life back in just one visit. Their painless, breakthrough medical treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Proactive Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Proactive Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments will restore your sex life regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. Plus, you'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients will have their testosterone checked free. Call 513-866-4886. 513-866-4886. To regain your sex life in just one visit, call now. 513-866-4886.
We're definitely going to be late to the concert. I feel like we should be there by now.
I'm just taking a little detour. I gotta fill up my gas tank, and I know this place a couple towns over where the gas is cheaper.
Are you serious? We're gonna be late for the concert because you're driving out of the way for cheaper gas? Just use Upside.
What's Upside?
Upside is the free cashback app that gets you real cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait, I can get cash back just for buying the gas I need anyway?
Yes, I use it all the time, and I've made around $200. Now pull over so you can download the Upside app before we miss the concert.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code OIL25 to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime, right to your bank, PayPal, or as a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code OIL25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code OIL25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus. That's code OIL25.
Hey, Green Gobbler here. So you've got a clogged drain in your bathroom. Water in the sink's overstaying its welcome. You're spitting today's toothpaste on top of yesterday's toothpaste. You hope that it go away. Yeah, clogs don't just go away. I make them go away. I'm Green Gobbler, the only clog dissolver you need. I'm bleach-free, safe for your pipes, and I work. Guaranteed or your money back. 'Cause I never met a clog that was gonna unclog itself. Green Gobbler. Let the gobbler get it.
Live from the 700 WLW studios. Driven by Mike Castrucci Ford in Milford and Alexandria. Check out the Tri-State's largest inventory of brand new Ford Broncos, Super Duty, and Ford Mustang at MikeCastrucciFord.com. That's Mike Castrucci Ford.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
You're listening to 700 WLW. Also available on 94.5 FM W233BG Cincinnati.
News, traffic, and weather. News Radio 700 WLW, Cincinnati.
New report on cancer provides mixed news. This is the 3 o'clock report. I'm Matt Reese. Breaking now, the American Cancer Society's annual report is out this afternoon. Good news and bad news in it.
The American Cancer Society's chief science officer, Dr. William Dayhut, says what's discouraging is,
for the first time, if you're a woman under the age of 65, you're more likely to have a cancer diagnosis than a man.
That's due mostly to thyroid and breast cancers. As for what's encouraging, overall cancer deaths are down.
We see a 34% decrease in cancer mortality since the high water mark of 1991. That's over 4.5 million cancer deaths averted.
That's because of early detection, new drugs, and fewer people smoking. Sherry Preston, ABC News.
And now we check the latest on the roads, latest traffic and weather together.
From the UC Health Traffic Center, don't let injury slow you down. UC Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine can help keep you moving. Schedule a same-day appointment at uchealth.com. Breakdown on Beachmont at 5 Mile Road with police there. And we do have that police activity on Coleraine at Springdale. If you can, just avoid the area. Now, on 75 southbound between Western Avenue and the Brent Spence Bridge, we're looking at stop-and-go conditions, about a 10-minute drive through that region right now. Also on Main Street at 12th, a crash with police there in 75 southbound between the Brent Spence Bridge and Kyle's Lane. Got about a 5-minute delay. 74 traffic moving well right now, 275 accident-free. But again, remember, we do have the work on the Carroll Cropper Bridge, so we'll see the delays for traffic on 275 west and south, as those lane restrictions in place until further notice. I'm Rick Shrimp, News Radio 700 WLW.
Now, the latest forecast from the No Fear Dentist Weather Center. Advanced Dentistry. The thought of the dentist making you a nervous wreck? We're here for you. NoFearDentist.com.
As you move into the afternoon, temperatures will top out in the low to mid-30s with some sunshine and possibly a few flurries as well. That lingers into the overnight hours as you dip down to the mid-20s. You hit close to 40 tomorrow, and we could be above average for the first time all year. From your severe weather station, I'm 9 First Warning meteorologist Cameron Harden on News Radio 700 WLW.
My temperature right now, 36 degrees in Cincinnati. This news brought to you by Mike Castrucci, Chevrolet in Milford. In Coleraine Township, 2 people are dead, 3 injured after a shooting in the parking lots of the Popeyes Chicken and Walgreens. Both are across the street from each other at Springdale Road and Coleraine Avenue. A suspect is wanted, but reportedly no danger to the community right now. The Israeli cabinet's going to vote on the ceasefire hostage agreement with Hamas tomorrow, coming a day later than expected after the Israeli Prime Minister's office accused Hamas of creating a last-minute crisis that's preventing a deal. U.S. Secretary of State confident that the deal will take effect on Sunday. A famous Hollywood director has died, David Lynch. He had been suffering from emphysema, was 78 years old. And Bob Uecker has passed away at the age of 90.
Post-game show is brought to you by Christ, I can't find it. The hell with it.
That's Uecker in the movie Major League, was a longtime announcer for the Milwaukee Brewers. Former Reds announcer Marty Brenneman talking about Uecker's death on the Bill Cunningham Show this afternoon.
If you live long enough, you're going to wake up one day and people that were your colleagues, that were dear friends of yours, are all going to be gone. And you're going to be the last one standing. And now it impacts me more and more and more.
700 WLW. Sports.
Here's a Bengals update brought to you by Good Spirits Wine and Tobacco in Party Town, 13 convenient locations in northern Kentucky. There are reports the Bengals have narrowed their choices for the next defensive coordinator job to the Raiders' Patrick Graham and Notre Dame's Al Golden. College basketball, Cincinnati Bearcats snap a losing streak last night and face Arizona State Saturday. More on the Wes Miller Show tonight. Original Montgomery in at 8:05 after Sports Talk here on 700 WLW. Bill Dennison, 700 WLW Sports.
Checking Wall Street right now, and the Dow is currently down about 35 points. For the S&P 500, up a couple, and the NASDAQ is down 20. Next news at 3:30, Matt Reese, News Radio 700 WLW.
This report is sponsored by Apollo Home, your source for plumbing, heating, and air, and electrical.
When storms strike, don't be left in the dark. Apollo Home provides reliable generators to keep your home running when you need it most. Visit ApolloHome.com and ensure your family's comfort. Apollo Home, here for you after the storm.
Do you want to literally hit the ground running for the new year, but joint pain is keeping you back? QC Kinetics can get you there. Eddie here. QC Kinetics can help you with no surgery and no downtime. QC uses the natural properties of your body to attack the root cause of the problems. Regenerative treatment that can give you lasting relief. You can say goodbye to shoulder, knee, hip, and back pain. It works. And best of all, you can use HSA and FSA money. You have nothing to lose. The first consultation's free. Get back to your best life in 2025. Call QC Kinetics now. This can change your life. 513-847-0019. Call for your free consultation now. QC Kinetics, 513-847-0019. 513-847-0019.
Listen up, homeowners. Interest rates have dropped. Call McKinley Mortgage to refinance and consolidate all your debt or get cash for home improvements. Call McKinley Mortgage now, 791-2700, or apply at bestlowrates.com.
NMLS 1698 OHMP 801267. Texting enrolls you into reoccurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone. I went through it a while back. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again, at work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text. Text CUTS to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast, absolutely free. Text CUT to 42424. That's CUT to 42424.
Products and statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or illness.
I love it.
Join the millions already on the new and improved iHeartRadio app.
It's so easy to use.
The live radio dial, presets, scan, plus lyrics, podcasts, and your favorite artists' radio.
Just type it in, and there it is.
Now it's even easier to discover what you love.
I love my presets. Adding presets is so much fun.
This looks really nice. Just in time for the new year, the new and improved iHeartRadio app. It's everything you love about your car radio in the palm of your hand.
Very cool update. 5 stars, guys.
Now, your chance to win $1,000. Enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Bank. That's bank. Enter it now.
All right, back with Eddie and Rocky. A Thursday, Rock, starting out strong.
Starting out strong. Got the big game on Monday. Notre Dame versus the Ohio State. And we definitely want to get in and preview the games today and tomorrow. And couldn't be more happier than to bring on our next guest, Bobby Carpenter, 7-year NFL vet, graduate and former linebacker at the Ohio State University, now does co-host of the Morning Juice on 97.1, The Fan up in Columbus, and much, much more. Good friend of mine. Bobby Carpenter, how are you, brother?
I'm doing well, Rock. Thanks for having me on, man. This is the big week. I'm sure it's a fun time. Cincinnati, I've always found it interesting as a city. You know, you're a Cincinnati guy, you know, part of the diocese down there. You go to Notre Dame, and you've got a number of guys who go to Notre Dame and BC out of there. And it's always been a unique Ohio City because of the strong Catholic presence. So it's almost, you know, Ohio State has a strong presence there, but Notre Dame is probably almost as big. You've got Kentucky and Louisville and just, UC down there. So it's a little bit, it's a little bit more of a free agent city than maybe what you would define as like Columbus or Cleveland.
No doubt. And to that point, Bobby, I mean, Lance McAllister, our lead sport host, did a Twitter poll on, who you were rooting for, Ohio State or Notre Dame. And it was like about right down the damn middle. Now, come Tuesday morning, whoever won, that'll be wherever. I was an Ohio State fan or a Notre Dame fan all along. So that's how it goes here.
It's like apparently there were 200,000 people at the Freezer Bowl here in town all those years ago, Bobby.
We like to push the truth a little bit. But Bobby, obviously a huge game. I know you're excited about it. Let me ask maybe the big question first. I look at Ohio State objectively, and I see dudes everywhere. I see in the secondary dudes, at wide receiver dudes, defensive line dudes. Like I don't see many weaknesses. There can be a lot of players drafted off this Ohio State team. You look at the record. Ohio State suffered 2 losses in the regular season, 1 to Oregon, 1 to Michigan, but right now seem to be playing their best football. Maybe just kind of briefly take us through the year and, this super talented team, a team more talented than Notre Dame, in my opinion. Just maybe what happened during the season and why now are they playing their best football?
Well, during the season, I think that they played a little differently this year than they had in the past with Ryan Day. It used to be more up-tempo, more, I'd say pass-based, bringing Chip Kelly. And they looked at this and saying, hey, to win a national championship, you're going to have to play 16 or 17 games, which, Rock, you and I played in the NFL for a number of years. And, it's a far different toll, not only physically but psychologically. And so they tried to start working on that in the off season of how they structured everything, how they structured their winter workouts, their off season, the spring ball, going into the summer and having like some OTA stuff there and trying to manage the players' bodies and health while getting them in shape and then trying to peak at the end of the season. And so, yeah, I think they did a pretty good job of that. And you obviously know Mickey Marotti really well. He was your strength coach at Notre Dame. He's one of the best you're going to find. And they did a pretty good job of managing that. And with that, you had some ebbs and flows. They lost that Oregon game. It was a tough one. You lose your left tackle, who's probably a first or second round pick, in Josh Simmons. You're able to kind of rebound. You start playing some good ball, and the defense really started playing really well after that point. And then, as fate has it, you lose the Remington Award winner, Seth McLaughlin at center. You had lost your other backup left tackle, and so you kind of had a hodgepodge going into Michigan of what you were trying to do on the offensive line. And Michigan, while they may not be a great team this year, they are great up front, especially inside. And I think Ryan Day had talked about that extensively, where it was a little windy, but maybe just trying to pound the football a little too much and leaned in on that game where the team that won the rushing battle had won it, I think like 25 years in a row or something. And so, there's more than one way to kind of do that. And I think they took a big, hard look at each other after that. Players, coaches had some honest conversations and maybe some uncomfortable conversations. And they were able to come out of that and in a very positive light. And they had an edge. They had 3 weeks off. They were able to kind of get their minds, recalibrated. And they're kind of playing to prove something because this class has never really won anything of substance over the last 4 years. And so this is kind of that last goal that they would have to be able to do. And I think they've kind of internalized it. And now the last 3 weeks, you kind of have seen the best version of this team for the majority of those games.
So, I mean, to your point, Bobby, about Michigan, you would know better than I, but I felt like they played Michigan's game instead of playing their game, right? They tried to I don't know if it was Ryan Day was like, you know what? I hate Michigan so much. I don't want to just beat them. I want to physically hurt them and pound them and try to run the ball, and that's not their strong suit. And then, you look outside and you got Emeka Egbuka and Jeremiah Smith, and it's like, why aren't they throwing the ball to the outside? I know the weather has something to do. The point is, I thought the game plan was a little bit flawed. I don't think they'll make that same mistake twice. I think they're going to lean on their superstars, especially on offense, which is a great run game, yes, but super talented on the outside. I think they just hit the perimeter, and let their athletes kind of take over. What do you think?
There's that, and then also, Rock, like everybody just runs. I say everybody, but most college football now, it's so watered down. Everyone runs 11 personnel, which is 3 wide receivers and a tight end in the back, and they just run inside, outside zone. Whereas, Notre Dame doesn't do that. They have a scheme runs. They run gap scheme runs. Michigan does the same thing. And Ohio State was doing a lot of that early in the season. They started getting into some more gap scheme stuff, and then they started having these injuries. And against Michigan, they were very beat up on the inside. And so, yes, get the ball to the perimeter, do some other things, get some more misdirection. But against Tennessee, they came out and they were running counters and stutters. And it was a little bit better for your offensive linemen to get those double teams, get some push, and be able to kind of punch holes in the defense. And Judkins and Henderson did a much better job of it. And plus, Chip Kelly does such a good job with backfield action of forcing guys to be disciplined with their eyes, that you can have guys miss gaps and miss fits. And that kind of has evolved as well. So while they've had these big explosive plays, one of the things I've been really impressed with was how that offensive line kind of coalesced and has played much better. And what Chip has done with some of these gap scheme runs that, we grew up fitting that stuff in high school all the time and then in college. And these guys just don't see it as much anymore.
We're talking to Bobby Carpenter. And Bobby, you being there in Columbus and a former Buckeye, what's with you tell us, I hesitate to say hatred, but the animosity towards Ryan Day. The guy has been spectacular, of course, the Michigan problem, but what is it, just dislike of the guy, or is it all Michigan?
I think some of it's, Michigan, and they had gotten accustomed. When you go 17-3 over 2 decades, like they forgot what it was like to lose that game and lose. They don't have it one year, and then you lose 4 in a row, and that's tough. And believe me, that's real. And I'm not, as an alum, I'm not going to abdicate him from that and say it's not your fault. Like, you got to own it, and he has. But that doesn't mean, like, 2 things can be true: that he's got to find a way to win that game. But what also is true is that I would say he is one of the best coaches in college football. And you look at what he's done on this run, and you look at what he's done over the last 6 years, he's been really stinking good. And then you really hear the players talk about him. And one of the other things, Rock, is you kind of talked about what happened. I think some of the players got sick and tired of listening to people talk crap about their coach. Yeah. And they have a great relationship with him. They love the guy. They know he cares about them. When you get on teams that have tight bonds, like, there's that connectivity. And you start playing and fighting for each other. And I think a lot of those players, you've heard Jack Sawyer's been very vocal about it. Will Howard has. I mean, Brandon Nitt's one of the fresh young wide receivers. I would just listen to these guys in their post-game comments talk about how much they love their coach. And I think that was a part of it. And there's guys like, I do radio like you. We have calls come in, and there are people that said, even if he wins a national championship, I hope he leaves and goes to the NFL.
It's crazy.
Right.
That's what I was going to say. I've heard that nonsense. It's crazy.
It is, because you guys are rational humans, and I get it. There's people that live on the irrational island, and they don't want to come back to the mainland. Like, they're good out there, and it's like truth. Like you said, 2 things can be true. Like, he's got to win that game. That's critical, but you can also have a chance to hoist a trophy that says you're the best team in the country, and you're right on the doorstep of that. And, like, some people still won't acknowledge anything that's happened in the last 3 games. And, I mean, you have to argue that's the toughest 3-game stretch that anybody's played all year with who they've played and how they've looked. So, I don't know. Ryan's a great guy. He's a great human. I love the man. I think a lot of him as a person and as a coach. I pray that he doesn't win and say, screw everybody, I can go coach the NFL and leave. Because, I mean, I think that he loves living in Columbus, but 50 weeks, the year are great, and 2 have been rough the last 4 or 5 years. So hopefully they get that corrected. And I think winning a national title will give a lot of cover for that, at least for the next 8 or 9 months.
Bobby Carpenter's our guest. And Bobby, I would, if I'm looking at these 2 teams and the matchup on Monday, I think – I mean, Notre Dame has, and you may disagree, maybe the better team. They don't have the better athletes, don't have the talent, but I think their team, there's less transfers. It's all homegrown kind of talent. The fan base is firmly behind Marcus Freeman, every single one of them. But obviously, again, you're going up against a very, very talented Ohio State team. I guess let me ask you this: what is a weakness of this Ohio State team, and where maybe Notre Dame should try to take advantage?
Well, I think, Rock, when you look at this, to win across both of these teams, they've got great defenses. I think they're 2 of the top. You start doing the numbers and whatever. This is the best Notre Dame defense that I've seen in quite some time. And to go watching that Georgia game. I watched Notre Dame play against a Georgia team. This is the best the SEC had to offer. They won the conference, won 2 national titles in the last 4 years, and Notre Dame looked more athletic and better than they did when they were playing defense. I was like, that is impressive. Like, they looked physical, they were fast, and so I think it's going to come down to like the running the football. Like, can Notre Dame find a way to run the football in this Ohio State offense effectively? Now, they're going to need a couple explosive games, because I don't think anyone's going to go drive on these defenses 4 and 5 yards at a time down the field. You're going to need to get a couple chunks in there. And maybe that's a punt return, a kickoff return, or get great starting field position. Or I don't call them like gadgets, but like Mike Denbrock does some unique things on offense with the receivers in the passing game that kind of fit what their guys do in their athleticism. So, getting, whether it's an end around or, a good play action pass or, something like a quick screen, just finding a way to crease them and get, 15, 20 yards, I think is paramount. But, Riley Leonard has been the X factor. I mean, coming in the Penn State game, the dude had 15 or 21 first downs on 3rd and 4th down. Like, he was the conversion machine. Love was next with 6. So, I mean, that's a 15 15 first down spread. And he didn't rush it for a ton against Penn State, but every rush seemed like it served its purpose. Like it got the yardage that he needed to pick up. And so that's what he's been so good at. So if they can keep rushing there and like trying to pound that Ohio State defense and lean in on it and then make some plays in the kicking game, like watching this team, Rock, like it reminds me a lot of the coach that I played for, Jim Tressel. Like they are a totally in sync team. They play with all three phases together with like one combined mission, and they're all blended really well. And so that's playing well on special teams. It's field position. It's ball control. It's defense getting off the field, and they turn point turnovers into